It's about the same.
Yeah. Did you grow up in Alabama then?
Born and raised.
Ever been anywhere else besides Houston?
I've been to Vegas, I've been to Georgia, I've been to Florida, I've been to like the New England states.
Okay. You ever been to Philly?
No, but it is on my bucket list.
That's where I'm from. So now
Oh,
you're one
okay.
step closer because now you know me.
Okay, okay.
That's
Okay?
good.
And I can say, yo, you want to go get a cheesesteak and hoagie?
Right, right, right,
Maybe we
right.
pick up a cherry cola or something. You know what I'm saying? I have my I don't know if I have much of an accent anymore, but my sister has and her son have a really thick accent because they're downtown Philly. And
Okay.
yeah, and then I'm at the age of 18, I moved out to California on my own. I jumped on a Greyhound bus with a knapsack and a gym bag and $300 to my name. Had no idea where I was going to live, where I was going to stay. All I knew is I wanted to get out of Philly and I wanted to be on my own. And
Right.
so I was there for 40 years and met my wife there of 27 years. And we moved out here 4 years ago to Dallas. We got
Living
out
the
of Cali
dream.
right in time.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Man, it's unfortunate, man. It breaks my heart to see what's going on out there.
Yeah, it's rough. It, it's just crazy.
So James Corbett, I see. It says you registered a couple hours ago. Yeah, they have a little glitch right now that they're fixing, just to let you know. And it's going to take a couple of hours, so everything should be up and running within the next couple of hours. They said it's not major, it's minor. So, are we waiting on anybody else, or should we
I
just go
think we're
ahead
good
and?
to go. If you are, I'm going to record. I'm going to hit the
Yes,
record
please
button.
do.
Okay.
Please do. Okay. Anybody want to speak before I do, or?
I'm just going to post the latest update, the one you just said. I'll post it in the chat, James, for you and anyone else. Okay. Thanks. Go ahead, Keith.
Perfect. Okay, guys. Well, first of all, those of you who have been on for the last 10 minutes, which is, it seems like the majority of the group here, heard me say that I didn't know that I was giving a presentation. And I'll just give you a little bit of background on myself. And I'm not throwing off that much. I mean, you know, I'm pretty good at winging it. I'll just give you a little bit of background of where I'm from and what I've been through over the last, 30, 40 years. But I'll condense it. I've been in the network marketing industry for 33 years. I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money myself. I've spent a lot of money. Wasn't very frugal, because as you know, it's kind of like acting. Sometimes you get a job and, you're doing really good and living high on the hog. And then, in between, like you're starving and you're eating ramen noodles. And that's kind of what my career was like for the first 10 to 15 years in network marketing. It was feast or famine, basically. And I know a lot of you may be able to relate to that. Maybe some of you can't. Maybe some of you came in and you hit it right out of the park right away. That wasn't my case. I have built groups of over 200,000 people on a couple of different occasions around the globe with different products and different services. I've been the master distributor in a couple of different companies. I like to make money fast and steady versus slow and hard. And one of the things that I learned very early on in my career, that it's always fun, no matter what the product is, whether it's a nutritional product or whether it's a crypto or whatever it is, it's always more fun when you've got the ball rolling and there's this momentum and you just ride that momentum and everybody around you just seems to make money. And that's what brings me to right now. Mona and I moved out to Dallas to be a part of a company where I was a master distributor. We had a couple of 100,000 people around the world involved in this business. And the owners of that company turned out to be not as honest as what we thought they were when we first met them. And when I moved out here, I got to know them a little bit better. And I don't know how many of you have experienced owners who have been crooked or have, taken the money and run, or, done things that are illicit, illegal, immoral. I've always looked for companies and people and relationships with people that I can add something to their life, so that when they walk away from me, they can go, man, I really like that. I haven't seen that guy in years, but I remember him. He was a good guy. He helped me. He did right by me. He had my back. And I believe that that's what I've done in the industry to the best of my ability. But these guys wanted to do something different. And I don't understand the crookedness and, when people think that they have to rob and steal and cheat and, connive their way to the top. I just don't get that. That's not part of how I'm made up. So I left that company, Mona and I, and we had saved a lot of money. And we kind of lived off the money for, about 2.5, almost 3 years. I started painting. I opened an art studio. I had a music studio that was going really well. And then, the money kept going out. All that money that we had saved just kept going out and kept going out and kept going. We didn't have anything filling that back up. And because of our last experience, we thought, I just don't have it in me. I'm 62 years old in December, and I don't have it in me to go out there and get kicked in the stomach again and slapped in the face. I mean, poked in the eyes like the Three Stooges. I'm just not that, it's like, I want something solid, and I want something honest, and I want something that I know is going to be around for the long term. And I want to be around good people. So we decided to leave the business. And in January of this year, I sat down with Mona and I said, look, we've really got to find something, because the money's going out, but it's not coming in. We didn't invest wisely. I was waiting for my amount to get to a certain point. Then I was going to take all of my crypto, sell it, and then we were going to buy property out here in Texas, which would have been a great plan. But what happened was crypto hit 19,000, Bitcoin hit 19,000, and it dropped like a rock. And I started selling it off. And that's how we lived over the last couple of years. So I said, look, we've burned through a lot of money. We've got to move forward. And so we both got our insurance licenses, our health insurance licenses. And with that, I got mine in February. Mona got hers a couple of months later. I started working for a company, and then the lockdown happened. And it was like, I'm trying to build a business, a brand new, fresh business, and it's not even in my wheelhouse, right? It's not anything that I'm used to at all. I have to learn all this new terminology, and it's almost like you're a doctor and a salesperson and an expert at 5 different fields in the health insurance industry when you're an agent, and it just wasn't building the way I wanted it to build. And it was a grueling conversation to have with Mona, saying, look, should we go back into network marketing, because that's our wheelhouse? And so we started looking at different programs, and I looked at a dozen different programs that are out there in the market, and I've got a pretty good list of what I'm looking for. I know it has to have a good leadership. It has to have a good compensation plan that rewards the big guy and the little guy, or the big woman and the little woman. It's got to have integrity, morals, values. It's got to have something that looks like it's going to be around for the long term. It's got to have, if I'm doing a physical product, it's got to have a warehouse that ships like fast. They can't drag it out for a month. And I've seen companies go down. They've got to have a game plan. So I looked at a few different things. Nothing really appealed to me. I got some people start sending me products. I gained a little weight over the last 8 months from I think the COVID depression, or whatever you want to call it. I like being out and moving around, and being boxed up in the apartment has been a little difficult for me. So I've been eating chocolate cake and brownies, and learned how to bake really well. So people are sending me weight loss products, and we'll see if any of those work. But I decided I didn't want to go the product route. I wanted to go technology-wise. And so I talked to my buddy Jeremy, who was in this prior company with me, and he goes, and Jeremy's really, he's a great guy. He's, we worked hard. He's a hard worker. He's focused. He's dedicated. He's committed. and very talented. He's a musician as well. And he said, hey, look, I've got this thing you got to look at. I said, Jeremy, I'm looking at 5 other things right now at the same time. What makes this different? And he said, well, it's the blockchain. And I said, go on. And he said, there are no owners. There are no auto ships. He said, so what happened in our last company where the owners took off with a lot of people's money, and I mean, not just a lot of people, but a lot of money from a lot of people, millions and millions and millions of dollars. They're still walking around free to this day. But you know what? God has a plan for everybody, man, you know? And so he said, look, he goes, I've been working, he said, I made a couple $100,000 in this other program. He said, but this was the one that's got your name on it. He goes, I know this has your name on it. Just watch the video, let's get on this conference call tonight. He said, this woman, Shelly, out of New Zealand, she made $100,000 in 10 days. And in the first 6 weeks, she made over $200,000 with this business. And I said, okay, now you got my attention. Now we're talking numbers. Let's hear more. And he said, well, what's happened is they started this thing called Lionshare. And he said they put it on the Ethereum network. And Shelly, who is and I don't know if any of you have heard Shelly's pitch before. I think a couple of people on the phone may have heard it already. But Shelly is in New Zealand. She's a single mom. She lost her husband a couple of years ago. 2016, she was dead broke. And she was just trying, like kind of where we're at, kind of like where maybe some of the people on this phone are, or this Zoom call are today, where you're just trying to get that win. You're trying to find that one that you go, I've waited, I've worked, I've waited, I've paid my dues, I've got some skin in the game, and here it is, I'm prepared, I know what to do, I've got the connections, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna rock this thing. And that's basically what she did with it. And she, like I said, she made 100,000 her first 10 days. Her goal was 20,000. She made 100. And then in the first 6 weeks, she made over $200,000. They paid out, I believe it was 80 million. Let me get the number straight here. $10 million in commissions in 8 weeks. Okay, 10 million in commissions in 8 weeks. Now, it's because it's the blockchain, there are no owners. There's nobody to run off with your money. So the money that comes in goes directly into your account. Okay, it's programmed that way. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the blockchain and how it works, but there's no governments, no institutions, no banks. There's nobody that can come in and ruin it and mess it all up for everybody else. And the best part about it is the human element, which I have always found that's the thing that takes companies down the most, is non-existent, with the exception of them setting this up for the first time. So what happened was they built all this momentum and this excitement on the Ethereum blockchain. They made a whole lot of money, paid out a whole lot of commissions, but then they realized that Ethereum was charging way too much money to take your money out. And so they said, we got to find something different. So they're in the process, and today is the launch day, as a matter of fact. So it's been a little crazy around here. And today is a launch day, and it's a really great time to get involved. And basically, they've moved everything from Ethereum, and they've started it on the TRON network. Now, TRON is somewhere in around, excuse me, for cryptocurrency enthusiasts, I believe it's somewhere between 2.6 cents and 3.5 cents. It fluctuates in between there right now. So it's penny, it's at the pennies. I don't like to project and say, just think what it would be if it was at 10 cents, and guess what what if it went to $1? What if? I like to deal in what's happening right now. And as I was walking around today, I came up with this pitch in my head, and the pitch said, if I could show you how to triple your money, if you gave me $500 and I could show you how to make $1,500 out of that in 1 month, in 1 week, in 1 day, or several times a day, would you want more information? How many $500 would you throw at it? I mean, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. And you know, the great part about this is you can get involved with this business for as low as $10. So you can go into third world countries. Like Africa is blowing up right now, and the Philippines and Russia and New Zealand, you know, and people are needing this win in their lives. So it's nice because you don't have that high risk, but you do have high potential with this. Again, you can come in for as low as $10 and as much as, I think it's $5,200. I don't hold me, you know, because I'm brand new at this. All right. So I believe it's $5,200 that you can come in with, and that would buy you these modules. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do something here. I'm gonna try. I have this little pen pad that I set up. And let me see if I can maybe draw something out for you guys. See if that will
If you
work.
need me
Will
to
that be
make
okay
you
with you?
host, you can use the white screen on Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we do that?
Let me make
I
you a
don't know if this,
host.
but I don't know if this pen pad will work on that as a, I may just have to use the software that it came with, because it's not a Wacom.
Okay, if you see the thing at the bottom where you can share your screen, you can choose whiteboard. Do you see that at the bottom of your screen?
I do.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, let me see if this will work, because it's always easier to do it when you've got the pen. Keep your fingers crossed. That's a no. Okay, so I'll just use the it's going to be really shaky and jerky, but you know, let's just go ahead and give it a shot. So
they're used to my chicken scratch. It's okay.
Okay. In this program, you have two separate businesses that are happening at the same time. This top one is you. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then each one of these has 3. It's so hard to draw with a and there's my cat.
I can pull up, I have an image of level 1, level 2. Will that help you out, Keith?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, let me get to it.
So either that, or I could just do this. Watch, I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then, hey buddy, you just waking up? You have a good nap? That's my little tiger. Okay, I'm just going to do it like this. So this is kind of how this works. Okay, this is called L1, and this is called L2. Okay, and hopefully everybody can still see, you know, and read my chicken scratch. This is you at the top here. Okay, when you sponsor somebody in, you've got all these different levels. Like this level right here would be, let's say 100 TRON. This would be 200 TRON. Okay, and it doubles and it goes all the way up here. You also have this second level here. Let's see, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, sorry. This goes down again here. Each one of those has 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it goes all the way to 16. 8 and 8, 16, 8 and 8, 16. This level here this is like kind of where you make some big bucks here. It depends on where you want to play the game at, right? So when somebody comes on board, they want to buy TRON, you're going to get paid here. On the first person that comes in, you get paid. That goes directly to your account. Okay, you get your TRON. The second one goes directly to you. The third one goes to your sponsor. Okay? And then you cycle back around into this same level here again. So with 100 TRON, when you come on board, you're buying both L1 and L2. So you're putting in 200 TRON. Now in this model here, you've got you at the top, and then the first two go up to your sponsor. Okay, so I'm just put an X in those. And then 3, 4, and 5 go to you. And then 6 actually goes to your sponsor and helps you to cycle back around through this one right here again. When you've purchased all of these, again, there's, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're all basically, this is the L1 model. Are you guys understanding this at all? A little bit? Okay, because I know this is my first time actually explaining it on a webinar. I'm so new at this that I've had other people doing the explanation. So this is my first time, so bear with me, you guys. Once I get this down, it'll be like easy peasy. And this one has the same thing. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you were to buy all of these modules, you have to activate each module in order to get paid in that module. Let's say that somebody just wanted to lay here and do this, okay, at 100 and 100 and whatever that turns out to be in, off the top of my head, mathematics, I'm not sure what that, it's pretty low. But you can still see that if you walk down the street to a homeless person and you said, hey, if I got $1 or $5 or $10, or you got $10, and I could show you how to triple that $10 right here through this very first module, and that's the only module they'd be working in, would you be interested in giving me $10? And we can get you started from there. It's either a yes or a no. As you cycle through these, every single one of these has a different level. I'm just going to say, because I don't know off the top of my head, that's 400. And these are larger numbers down in here. The total amount, I believe, is about $5,600 for all 32 modules. Okay? So every one of these, there's 32 modules all together. And if you were to buy all of them, you would spend $5,600. Now, just off the top, guys, we're not promising you're going to make any money. We're not promising you're going to get rich. I've always told people all my life, whenever I've done any programs where people are putting money into crypto or any kind of network marketing, that basically there's no guarantees that you're going to make money. And don't take money that you're set aside for your kids' college fund. Don't take, if anybody's sending kids to college these days, and don't take money that you owe on rent or your car, or, and especially don't go to the guy down the street with the nose like this, and then you borrow money from him to get involved in something like this, and he says, I need the money back in 2 weeks or else, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to send my boys out. Don't do that, especially that one. Okay? Use discretionary income. Don't borrow against anything to do a program like this. There are no guarantees in life, and there are no guarantees in this. Are people going to make millions and millions of dollars here? My guess would be yes. And some of them may be on this call right now with us. I know I'm going to make a lot of money. And the only way for me to make a lot of money is to fill this puppy up and get this thing cranking to the point where I'm just going boom, 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 boom. It's one of those things where there's call after call after call after call after call after call. And you do that for 2 to 3 months with a program like this, you're set. And again, guys, keep in mind that it's the blockchain. So you don't have the owner at the top that goes, wow, I've got $94 million sitting in an account, and I think I'm just going to disappear. Yep. So I know this may or may not explain exactly what it is that we're doing. It will give you a brief overview and an idea. There is a website. Cindy, have you handed that website to anybody that Jeremy's put together? It's got two videos
Yes,
on it.
I have it. You want it?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and post it in the chat.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, and guys, this has two videos. The first one's a 2-minute explanation video. It's just a teaser. And the second one's about, I think, 15 to 20 minutes. And it'll give you a pretty good idea of what it is that you've got here. I'm here to help everybody build a business. There's only one of me. So, you know, the idea is to create leaders, to create people, get people to step up and help them along the way. One of the things, and I'll just say this, that I've found in the insurance industry that I miss in this industry terribly is that people take off on the weekends. I mean, and that's fine. That's cool. Look, if you're a person that says, look, I don't work Saturdays and Sundays. I'm not used to that. In the last 33 years that I've ever worked, I work morning, noon, and night, and I made a lot of money. And I was able to help a lot of other people do the same thing because I would answer a call on a Sunday night. I would answer a call on a Saturday afternoon. I was getting on conference calls. In the insurance industry, they're like, look, call me between this hour and this hour. That's the only time I'm available. And basically, you're on your own. Don't call me after 5 o'clock on a Friday night. Don't call me on Saturday. I don't work Saturdays and I don't work Sundays. And so as you're going into that business, you're going like, well, I don't know, man. Like, who do I talk to if I've got people on the line and I'm talking to somebody to sign them up in the insurance business and I, you know, get them a policy and I don't know who to talk to. Who do I talk to? Here's the thing. You got to build leadership. And it sounds like there's some great leaders on this call already. I'm here to help you to develop that leadership within the group here and beyond that. And one of the things that we always learned in the very beginning is you go down, you dig deep, 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 and you start the fire down below, and that fire burns all the way up. And it's a great way to build the business. And the people that show up. I mean, I talked to $100,000 a month earners in the past when I was only making $500 a month. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, how do you do this? Like, how do you find your leaders? And I had one lady from Isogenics, this was years ago when they first got started. Renata Lee is her name. And she said, honey, she said, I don't find my leaders. My leaders find me. And that resonated with me. That stuck with me. And some of the other things that happened for me was guys said, look, treat your business. Don't get one or two people in front of you and hope for the best. Go out there and tell everybody about what you're doing. Get on Facebook, get on Twitter or Instagram or social media or in your groups that you do around town, if any of you are in any kind of groups. Tell people what you're doing. Look, I just came across something that it looks like if I took $10 and I did a little bit of work, like I could turn that 10 into 30 this month, this week, today, or 15 times today. Would you want more information? So, you know, there's always hopes that the TRON is going to go up. I mean, there's that, you know, but I'm not gonna rest on that. We've got something fantastic right in front of us right here, right now, and it's fun. I mean, I love this energy. I love this energy. So with that, Misty, if you want to jump back on, if I've missed anything that you feel like I need to talk about a little bit more, or
Keith, I'm going to interrupt for just a minute. I just posted a document. I actually created a Google Doc for my team.
okay.
And so I just posted the link in there. The links that you were talking about, that sharing page, all the links to that stuff is in this document.
Awesome.
It's got our Facebook group, our Telegram group.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I got it. Yep.
All kinds of stuff.
Beautiful.
So you guys can feel free to use that. I posted it in the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
great.
Okay, does anybody on this call have any questions? If you do, I want you to go ahead and start typing it.
Excuse me.
If you have any questions, go ahead and type.
Looks like
Yeah.
Keith did an excellent job. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a great
Yeah,
job.
well, I
I
mean,
guess.
yeah, he did do a good job. He did do a good
Yeah,
job. I just want to make sure that, nobody has any questions because I
You'd
just
have,
got
you'd have to
signed up.
unmute yourselves, guys.
Yeah.
You'd have to unmute. Do you want to unmute the group or just one at a time? Let them do it.
I do webinars, so they would have to,
Okay.
they want to know what's the Telegram group name. Is there a Telegram for prospects?
it's in the document that I put in there. If they keep that link, all that information is in there.
Okay,
That's for
guys.
our team, and I will
Okay.
go through and put the official Lionshare, although that, yeah, I get, it's got a lot of members in it, but it goes back clear to the Ethereum days, so, yeah.
Okay.
But our group is in there, and Jeremy is Keith's upline, and he does an excellent job in the Telegram group and everything, and the Facebook group and everything. So yeah, we've got a good team, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and just understand that the position that you're in today is it's James, who's the person who developed this software and set this whole thing up. And then there's Shelly, then there's Jeremy, then there's me, then there's Candace, and I believe Cindy. I think that's how it goes, right, Cindy?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it does.
So you guys are right in the very, very, very beginning of this. And I can tell you this, that from what I've seen, I was on a call last night, on a Zoom call from New Zealand, and they maxed out that call at 500 people, like within 5 minutes. I mean, it was toast. So that's how many, that's just the people that are getting on the calls. That doesn't even, in order for somebody to make $200,000 in 6 weeks, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And we happen to be in a place right now where if you get in early enough, there's a possibility. Again, it's a gift. If you ever get spillover in anything, in any kind of a program, that's a gift. I never depend on that. I don't want to create weakness in the group. Everybody should at least bring 2 people in. If this is something that you want to just do passively and you go, I just want to put my money in and let it ride and see what happens, it's probably not for you. I mean, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. When everybody just does a little bit, and we can help you do that little bit. That's the cool thing about it. We'll hold your hand and put our arm around you and be your running partner until you get the 2 or the 3 or the 12 or whatever you're looking for. The more people you put in this thing, the faster it's going to grow for you. Money's not going to fall out of the sky. It just doesn't work that way. So with a little bit of effort and asking somebody, hey, listen, last time we talked, I understand that, you said you could use a little bit extra money. You're looking for a side hustle. I think I found something that you might want to take a look at. Let me shoot you this link. I mean, just put it out there. You put it out there 10, 15, 20, 30 times a day. If you're working a full-time job, put it out whenever you can. Get on the phone, get on Facebook, get on social media whenever you can, and just go into different groups, go into networking groups, go into TRON groups, go into cryptocurrency groups, go into work at home moms groups or dads groups or whatever. Or if you have a specialty in a certain area, like let's say you like to fish or hunt or you like to skydive, go into those groups and make yourself a part of that group, and then start making friends with people in there, and then start saying, hey, look, I got a quick question for you. I know you don't know me, and I'm just getting used to this group, and I know this may even come off a little spammy, but if I could show you, and if it does, big deal. I mean, what are they going to do? Throw you in Facebook jail?
Welcome
Soon
to the
enough,
block
right?
party.
Huh?
We say, welcome to the block party.
Yeah. There you go. So are there any questions before I jump off? I'm here to answer some questions for you if I can. Go ahead and unmute yourselves.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, Shanti, I am recording this, so I will get y'all the recording. I will also be dropping the video and the Google Doc in our Telegram so that you guys can pull it up. I have already got signed up and set up. So it will be something, it's not hard, but I will walk you through it and get you set up. So Keith, is what you're saying is, because we have just been blessed like over the last couple of months getting in on the ground floor of these new companies that are coming in, these MLM companies. So are you saying that this is another thing like that is just starting and we're pretty much at the top of the spectrum?
Absolutely. We launched like 3 hours ago, and we're still not 100% officially launched yet. So I mean, it's there was a minor glitch, and it's minor, and we're actually looking at the clock right now. Probably within any minute, it's going to launch full blown. And at that point, I mean, there are people in India and Africa that have 400, 500, 1,000 people waiting to get in.
I'm about to put my my South African. As soon as I get, because I was like, I didn't get a chance to get her the link. And I was like, as soon as I get this recording, okay. So
I'm sorry that I don't have the comp plan down to the T. I mean, look, I did my very best. I think you understand, you have a general idea of how this works. And I would say watch those videos. That'll give you a much better idea as to how it works. And make sure that you get back to the person that invited you on this Zoom call and get yourself started. Look, if you have to start low, start low. And if you're one of those people that likes to play a big game, play the game big.
Okay. Well, I bought like $300 worth. It was like $312 worth of TRON. And then so like when I went and I got set up and I funded, and it was only like $6, I think.
Yeah, the two yeah, that's where the glitch was.
Okay.
It wouldn't allow you to buy more than that first two right here. Well, can you see my screen?
We can see it.
Okay, it just allowed you to buy this one and this one right here.
Okay.
So you're 200. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that was about 200. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a good idea to just build that level and like cycle and cycle and cycle till you can use your money to upgrade, or is it a good idea just to
there's a couple different ways. There's a couple different strategies that you can use. Number one is you could stay in that level all you want. I mean, like if that's the only level you want to be. Now, obviously, the higher the levels, I've always learned that you take a product, whether it's $5,000 or $5, it's the same effort, same time, same pitch. It really is the same thing.
The same amount of work. So, the exact same amount of work.
Exactly. The same time, same investment, everything, right? And so I got into selling big ticket items at one point that really, it blew my mind how that changed my life, because I was always one of those people that I never sold, like in the beginning of my career, I never sold anything over like $230. And I got involved with I was one of the first ones on YouTube and Facebook, and we were also on MySpace, and we had a group of us that actually sold how to market yourself on YouTube and MySpace at the same time. We had set up something called My Story Marketing, and then on Facebook, or not Facebook, wasn't a thing then, but on YouTube it was just doing little homemade videos. And at the time they didn't even have the iPhone. Basically you had a little camera that you bought from Costco or something, like an Olympus or Samsung or whatever. And so I tell people, just set that up in front of you like you're talking to somebody right across from you at a diner, and just be yourself, like somebody's like a fly on the wall. And we used to sell those programs. And when we first came in, we were selling those programs for $4.97. And that was double the amount of anything that I'd ever sold before. So my heart started beating fast, because I thought, people don't have that kind of money. If anybody's out there and they think they have that mentality, you have to train yourself to think bigger than that. And sometimes you just have to take little bites, little chunks to get to that level where you go, look, people have money for things that they find important. Almost everybody has a TV. If your car blows out, you're going to get the tires fixed. If your kid gets hurt or your pet gets hurt, chances are you're going to get them to a doctor somehow, whether you have the money or not. You're going to find that money. So we buy things that are important to us. So I learned that I wasn't painting a big enough picture for people. We started selling this thing at $497. Then they said, okay, we're doing so good now, let's sell it for $997. And my heart went into my throat. $1,000, nobody's gonna buy. Same program, nothing changed. Well, long story short, we took it from $997 to $1997 to $29.97, $49.97, then $9,997, and built that all the way up. And I was their #1 salesperson in that group, where I was having a hard time selling people at $230. And a lot of times you'll find that the people that complain at the lower amount are people that are going to be your biggest pain in the butt. That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And so look, again, use discretionary income. That's the most important thing I can leave you with here today. Yeah, just be smart, guys. And if you look, I have a very high tolerance for risk. That's just me. I'm the guy that will jump off the bridge into the river without knowing how deep it is. And I've banged my head a few times and busted some arms, but that's the way it is. And I've also made a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Some people may not have. My wife, she doesn't have that tolerance for risk. So we kind of balance each other out really well that way. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. I feel like I'm talking too much right now, and you guys probably want to talk to some of your friends and get them rocking and rolling.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we'll be talking again, since you're like my great grand sponsor or something. I'm sure you'll be seeing or hearing of me.
Well, listen, like I said, I'll get better at these. This is my first webinar with this company, so I didn't even know I was going to be doing it.
You
I would have
did
been
great.
better prepared.
Nobody left, so like we didn't lose our audience. So, I mean, you did great.
True. Maybe the system froze or something. Anyway, okay, I gotta go.
Thank you,
You
guys.
guys have a wonderful day. Best of luck to everybody. Cindy, thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, you
Keith.
got it. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
If you guys need help, let me know. Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm going to post the latest update. This just came through from James Ward, our owner. There, I just posted it just a few minutes ago on the YouTube channel. I'm sorry, the Telegram, official Telegram. So they're still working on it, basically, is what it says. It's not a major thing, but nobody can register right now. So I'm sure everything will be fixed up at some point today. That's the way it looks. Yeah.
But guys,
Perfect.
we can go ahead and be in the process of getting your TRON wallet set up and your other little app that you've got. So there's things we can be doing until you can register. So we've got about 2 hours till our next class. So Cindy Janetti, I might be needing your help. Just get with me and we'll go ahead and get you set up on like the precursor things that you got to do before you register. All right, guys, I will be talking to y'all in a minute, and I will see y'all in class.
Thanks, Misty. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.
Bye.